Everyone has talent. What's rare is the courage to follow it to the dark places where it leads. I have not ceased being fearful, but I have ceased to let fear control me. I have accepted fear as part of life, specifically the fear of change. I have gone ahead despite the pounding in the heart that says, turn back. Do you want me to tell you something really subversive? Love is everything it's cracked up to be. That's why people are so cynical about it. It really is worth fighting for, being brave for, risking everything for. And the trouble is, if you don't risk anything, you risk even more. Dogs come into our lives to teach us about love and loyalty. They depart to teach us about loss. A new dog never replaces an old dog. It merely expands the heart. If you have loved many dogs, your heart is very big. Humor is one of the most serious tools we have for dealing with impossible situations. It was easy enough to kill yourself in a fit of despair. It was easy enough to play the martyr. It was harder to do nothing, to endure your life, to wait. You see a lot of smart guys with dumb women, but you hardly ever see a smart woman with a dumb guy. They keep saying the right person will come along. I think mine got hit by a truck. Someday every woman will have orgasms, like every family has color TV, and we can all get on with the business of life. I know so many women in their 50s, 60s, and 70s who delight in being on their own. It's amazing. They don't see any stigma attached to it. We don't need a man to prove our identity anymore. I think feminism means what it has always meant. Women want to use all their gifts, all their talents, and be judged impartially for them. I don't think feminism has ever meant anything else. Women are the only exploited group in history to have been idealized into powerlessness. The only difference between men and women is that women are able to create new, little human beings in their bodies while simultaneously writing books, driving tractors, working in offices, planting crops, in general, doing everything men do. Love is everything it's cracked up to be. It really is worth fighting for, being brave for, risking everything for. I don't think that sex necessarily produces intimacy. I don't think you will ever fully understand how you've touched my life and made me who I am. I don't think you could ever know just how truly special you are, that even on the darkest nights, you are my brightest star. What was the point of spending your life with someone you were always looking for ways to deceive? The truth is simple. You do not die from love. You only wish you did. My reaction to porno films is as follows. After the first 10 minutes, I want to go home and screw. After the first 20 minutes, I never want to screw again as long as I live. He who can take advice is sometimes superior to him who can give it. Advice is what we ask for when we already know the answer but wish we didn't. Show me a woman who doesn't feel guilty and I'll show you a man. Fame means millions of people have the wrong idea of who you are. How wonderful to have someone to blame. How wonderful to live with one's nemesis. You may be miserable, but you feel forever in the right. In a bad marriage, friends are the invisible glue. If we have enough friends, we may go on for years, intending to leave, talking about leaving, instead of actually getting up and leaving. Every country gets the circus it deserves. Spain gets bullfights, Italy the church, America Hollywood. Gossip is the opiate of the oppressed. I am old enough to know that laughter. I am old enough to know that laughter, not anger, is the true revelation. Not anger is the true revelation. I believe that women should live for love, for motherhood, and for intellect. And I believe we shouldn't have to choose. And I believe that's always been difficult for women to express themselves intellectually, maternally, and passionately. Always do the things you fear the most. Courage is an acquired taste, like caviar. As long as I'm facing the right direction, it doesn't matter the size of my steps. Creativity demands nothing less than all you have. Talent alone is never enough. I remember everything but forgive anyway. Courage is the only magic worth having. The sexuality doesn't end. It really doesn't. You're sexual your whole life if You're a sexual person. Life has no plot. It is, by far more interesting than anything you can say about it. It takes courage to lead a life, any life. If you imagine the world listening, you'll never write a line. That's why privacy is so important. You should write first drafts as if they will never be shown to anyone. Poetry is what we turn to in the most emotional moments of our life, when a beloved friend dies, when a baby is born, or when we fall in love. I never became a writer for the money. I am a poet first. Even getting published is a miracle for poets. The trick is not how much pain you feel, but how much joy you feel. Any idiot can feel pain. Life is full of excuses to feel pain, excuses not to live. Excuses, excuses, excuses. Ericajong Mann, born March 26, 1942. She is one of 3 daughters of Seymour Mann, died 2004, Anita Mirsky 1911-2012. Her father was a businessman of Polish Jewish ancestry who owned a gifts and home accessories company known for its mass production of porcelain dolls. Her mother was born in England of a Russian Jewish immigrant family and was a painter and textile designer who also designed dolls for her husband's company. JONG has an elder sister, Susanna, who married Lebanese businessman Arthur Dow, and a younger sister, Claudia, a social worker who married Gideon S. Oberweger, the chief executive officer of Seymour Mann Inc., until his death in 2006. Among her nephews is Peter Dow, who is a Democratic Party strategist. JONG attended New York's The High School of Music and Art in the 1950s, where she developed her passion for art and writing. As a student at Barnard College, JONG edited the Barnard Literary Magazine and created poetry programs for the Columbia University campus radio station, WUCAR. JONG is an American novelist, satirist, and poet, known particularly for her 1973 novel Fear of Flying. The book became famously controversial for its attitudes towards female sexuality and figured prominently in the development of second-wave feminism. According to the Washington Post, it has sold more than 20 million copies worldwide. Poetry Magazine's Best Hoeken Prize 1971, Sigmund Freud Award for Literature 1975, United Nations Award for Excellence in Literature 1998, Deauville Award for Literary Excellence in France, Fernanda Pivano Award for American Literature in Italy.